Hi Scorpio, how are you? I hope you're well. So Scorpio, I'm going to be doing your Saturn Jupiter conjunction message from the past, present and future. But before I talk about what happened in your past, from like going from back from 2000, I'm going to be talking about what's going to be entail for you. What's going to be happening with this 20-year conjunction. So for you, Scorpio, this is the fourth house. And the fourth house is about family, past, roots, and your foundation. This is about, this is going to be where your main focus is going to be. And though it can be, a lot of the past could come up a lot at this time, there could be more of an open communication to heal wounds. Now, this won't be happening quickly, because it's 20 years. And this is going to be a 5-year thing. Every 5 years something's going to change, so it's going to be very gradual, and I think a lot of you are very happy about that, because you've got a lot to do, especially with the conjunctions that we had this year in your third house. So that's about you communicating and doing lots of like work. So but this may creep up on you, and you're going to have to be very prepared for it, because there's things that you're not going to be able to control of what's going on now, Scorpio. So this is like a little guided message of what's to come for you. So there's going to be a lot of open communication, and this could be to do with like your parents, especially like your mum, because the fourth house is to do with the mum. And and your mum could actually, or even like any female figure, but especially like your mum or your grandma, they'll play like a huge role this time. And there could be a lot of unexpected change happening as well. Or you could actually want to be closer. Some of you unexpected could be to do with moving back to like a childhood home, or revisiting a childhood home or a childhood memory, just to understand why you're the way you are. And or some of you could actually move back, or you could actually so I'm just getting in my vision that there's going to be a lot of going back a lot to the past, but it's going to be going back to a lot of you when you were, it could be when you were actually 4 years old. Some of that memory from 4 years old could come up, but young, or it could be at 14, but it's the image is very young, and this image could come up when you're like working, and it could come out of the blue. So something unexpected, and the unexpected things that actually come up, Scorpio, is going to actually make you think about why you're the way you are, or why your parents are the way they are, or why your life is the way it is. It's a very emotional time for you, Scorpio, but it is for you to actually heal from. Yeah, because there's a lot of healing that's going to need to be done. And it's not just for you, it's a lot of like the water signs are going to go through this healing process, like Cancer and Pisces. So it's like a reprieve, because you're not in like the total spotlight, but actually you are, because you're fixed. But the healing's going to be behind the scenes, and you may not talk to a lot of people about it. You may talk to like one or two, that people you actually trust. But it's not going to be for everyone to see this healing. It's going to be, the healing's more for you than actually to do with anyone else. Because I feel that some of you Scorpions have also, some of you Scorpions have a lot of, because you Scorpions are very sensitive, and there's a lot of things that come up to you that you push down a lot. But when they do come up, it is for you to like actually, work with, and that's why some of you Scorpions work so hard, because you don't want to think about things from the past. But with this conjunction for the next 20 years, it's going to really affect people that are early degrees Scorpio. So if you're like October, this is what's going to be coming up for you. So so if any tragedy that happened, or anything traumatic or a tragedy that's happened that you've probably pushed to the back burner, it's going to be risen up now, Scorpio. So it is for you to heal, and it is also for you to forgive, not just people that have hurt you or any type of trauma. It's also to forgive yourself as well, so you're going to have to really try and take care of yourself a lot during these next 20 years, Scorpio. and, you know, for the healing process to begin. So Scorpio, if we're going to go back, way back, into like when this conjunction was in your 7th house. So with Taurus is opposing you, you know, so from 2000 till now, it was in your 7th house. So the 7th house is to do with like partnerships. It's also to do with like open enemies. It's also to do with like personal and professional relationships. It is a, you know, it's a sign that's ruled by Libra actually. So a lot of you tried to maintain some type of balance when it came to your personal and professional relationships. There was a lot of like emphasis and addictions or obsessions to do with relationships from 2000 till now. Yeah, and some of you actually fell for people that you shouldn't have felt for, but obviously, you know, it's a general thing. Everyone falls for people that they shouldn't, but some of you may have pursued people that were not available, or some of you actually had people that wanted to be with you, but you didn't feel them because they were too intense, because you're all about, I have to be the intense one, not you. So that probably did cause some confusion, because in the end, especially if you didn't get the person you wanted, the person that actually wanted you, you probably went back to them, but they were not interested. Do you know what I mean? And although they still loved you, it was like a sort of thing, a case of like too late. That's on one hand. But on the other hand, there could have been some professional jealousy going on. There were some people that were probably jealous of you. You know, some of you may have gotten like a promotion, or you got on very well wherever you worked, and there was and also you got a lot of you Scorpions, like in the past, had a lot of you know, what's the word, I'm thinking a lot of support from people. You had a lot of support because you were very well liked, and you know, but there was some jealousy. So some people may have tried to sabotage you in some way, saying that, you know, you're not doing this much of work, you're talking too much, and on the other side, I'm feeling that, you know, when you did work in a professional in a professional sense as well, like in a job, you know, there may have been a lot of changes in your job situation as well. Like, you know, you wanted to pursue things, because 7th house is a sign of like, it's a bit of creativity as well. So some of you were also looking about how you looked. It was also about how you presented yourself to the world. So there may be a lot of like beautifying yourself going on, but also a lot of you actually did feel very insecure as well. And, you know, this might have spiraled into that's one of the reasons why a lot of you went for people that you shouldn't have gone through. And, you know, with you Scorpions, because you had a lot of support, that really helped you and boost your self-esteem. You know, so even though there was a lot of intensity and obsessions in a relationship, especially with people that you wanted, and people probably were very obsessed with you as well, there was, you know, you tried very hard to maintain balance within your work relationships as well. So the card as well that you had, you know, for the past was Peace card, and the Peace card is actually the Death card, and the Death card is actually ruled by Scorpio. So there was like huge endings that went on as well last year, and a lot of you may or may not have been ready for it. I'm seeing some of you also, you know, you wanted a lot of peace in your life. There wasn't any peace. That's why a lot of you were very, like I said, there was probably lots of chops and changes going on. Even though you were intense about things, especially in a relationship, the intensity was because of, there was something missing. There was no peace in your life. And, you know, and one good thing about this as well, because the Death card is about endings, is about things that you hold on to, and you wanted to, you know, it's things that you were holding on to, and you were very, it could be two ways. One of the Scorpions could have been wanting to hold on to things that gave them that sort of power, but the other side was that you knew you had to let go, but it was very hard to, because you thought, if I don't let go of this, then what else have I got? But you always had a lot of protection. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff that a lot of you actually needed to work on as well, deep down. I think some of you have been very honest, like in the past from 2000 till now. There's things that needed to be worked on, but you push that energy into your work and your relationships. And some of you were quite excessive as well in how you pursued your goals and pursued your relationships. You know, it's a mixture of open and shut going on. So you appeared open, but you was actually quite closed, or you appeared closed, or you was actually quite open. And some of you wanted to actually push forward and show the outer world what you were actually about. But then again, I think that there was some, like I said, there was some sabotage going on. And, you know, there was a lot that some of you actually wanted to work on. But, you know, there was a lot of inner turmoil going on. And even though you had a lot of support from family or friends, there was something deeper underneath that was going on. So even when I say like there was like excessiveness going on, that could have been to do with like eating too much, drinking too much, smoking too much. Also, you know, just being even having too much sex. And when we are excessive in things, especially in the past, you know, the excessiveness that I'm picking up was because, you know, you couldn't actually say what you actually were feeling. You know, I wouldn't say that, there could have been some depression as well going on for a lot of you Scorpions, and there was some darkness going on. But like I said before, I think because you had support, and the support, you know, because even though this death card, there's a shining light there as well, and it's a protection, it's protection, that shining light. The light is the vitality. So for me, that has to do with like the friends and the support you had, even if people did try to you know, dim your light, you always had some kind of support, or someone coming to your aid, someone coming to your rescue. And also I think some of the people that actually came to your rescue was the people that actually were either in love with you or they fancied you as well. So, you know, it was about, I think you did actually try to release a lot of things, Scorpio, but it was just very hard because I think it was the environment that you were in, or the situation deep down that you were in. So that was like the past, you know, from the past 20 years. And the card of the present is the King of Gabriel. And the King of Gabriel is the Cancer card. So for you, Scorpio, you know, you're going to now feel that I'm actually open to release things now. I'm going to be, you know, I'm going to work on myself. And even when you work on yourself, Scorpio, it's not about you doing it in front of people, or, you know, showing people this is what I'm about. It's gonna be inner. It's gonna be more inner. It's gonna be gradual as well, you know, because I'm feeling a lot of you are gonna have a very emotional time, and, you know, it's gonna actually help with your creativity as well. And some of you could also be more like emotionally in control now, and to confront things, especially if it's to do with the past, or confront someone as well. But creativity will actually definitely help you. So, you know, some of you could actually be thinking about what you're actually good at and what you actually want to do. So all that emotional energy or emotional turmoil that you're feeling, you're going to push it into like something like a creative project. And, you know, it's a powerful time to really connect with who you are now. Yeah, it's not about showing I'm in control. It's about actually showing how you're actually feeling to people, and not feeling defensive while you're doing it too. There will also be it's a new future for you now, and, you know, you're going to be a very different person as well. I'm also feeling that there's going to be a softer side to you, and you're not going to also move away from your responsibilities, but I'm feeling the responsibilities more from your emotional life. It's more like how you emotionally connect to people, and there's gonna be like even how you look is gonna be softer. I'm not saying that you lot are harsh looking, but I'm just saying what you feel inside, it starts to come out. So there's gonna be a softness to you, and this softness also for you, Scorpio, is gonna be, you know, it's gonna bring new people to you as well, and if we're coming from like this conjunction, especially Saturn coming out of Capricorn, if some of you are actually doing anything to do with like something creative, there's going to be a lot of new people around you, especially with this, you know, Aquarius energy is about groups, organizations and friends. But these people may be very emotional. You may connect more on an emotional level with them, so they'll like be opening themselves up more emotional to you. And it could even be a stranger, Scorpio, you know, because they feel that even if some of them people are talking to you now, they can feel, some people can just actually feel that I can just tell this person everything because they're putting that aura out. It's not a protective aura that you're having. And even, you know, the King of Gabriel is a Cancer card, but it is also, you know, Cancers do hide behind the shelf because they don't want to get hurt. But now your intuition is going to be extremely heightened because it's your 4th house energy, and the 4th house is to do with Cancer. So you may guard yourself behind that Cancer shell, but that's for people that you don't trust. So you're going to have to find that sort of balance to guard yourself against people that you don't trust and open yourself to people that you are going to be trusting. Yeah? So that's your present, and your future card is efforts. And it's funny because the number 13 card is the number death card for Scorpio, and you're going to have to be making a lot more effort now. And I think some of you actually may have been thinking that I've got to make an effort to like communicate more, I've got to make an effort to like show my real authentic self more, I've got to make an effort to, you know, be a bit more, you know, be diligent with what I want to do in my life. So this card is about effort in general, you know, but I think deep down for a lot of you Scorpions, you know, you're going to have to also make an effort to really connect with what's coming up as well. Make an effort to work with what's coming up. Make an effort to work with what's coming up and make something else come afterwards. So if anything from the past comes up for you now, Scorpio, it is for you to work with now. Make an effort to work with it now. You know, work can wait. Because sometimes when we work so hard because we don't want to think or see what happened to us, eventually it'll catch up, and then it will be like, where did this come from? I can't do it. Why is it coming up for me now to deal with? And you're gonna have to deal with it, and it may be at a pivotal time in your life, but you have to deal with this. And it could be anything, you know, it could be anything, but any like emotions come up, any type of like any event that comes up for you now, make an effort to try and deal with it now instead of waiting. Yeah. So it's an interesting, especially what happened in the past for you Scorpio, and your present. It's about emotionally connecting, and you're going to be making an effort now to, you know, work with what comes up, and also, you know, try and maintain that type of balance with your work and emotional life as well. So Scorpio, that was your reading for the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction for the next 20 years. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I hope you like your, you know, tarot message. And don't forget to come back just to hear if you know, just to remind yourself, or, you know. So thank you very much for listening, Scorpio. And I'll see you guys very soon. Take care. Bye.